Text-to-speech unavailable here.
City Place, a gigantic new residential development here in Toronto. Walking distance from both the sporting arenas. The Air Canada Centre is filled to capacity. We've got the Boston Celtics and the Toronto Raptors. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined as always by Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court for the Celtics, at the 2 and 3, it's Avery Bradley and Jeff Green. Brandon Bass is out there with Jared Sullinger. And it's Rondo in at the point. On defense, Boston. Johnson sets the screen for Lowry. Johnson kicks to Ross. Rondo against Lowry. Johnson right side. Lock at 6. The shot from the low post is good.
Gotta love the finger roll up and over the defense.
Here's Rondo.
Celtics had a rough time in the East, and a lot of it was because they just would get worn down as the game went on. Had a very difficult time after halftime, in fact.
Now here's Green. Knocks down the 10-footer. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. There's a good screen. Here's Lowry. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow. Boston with a 21-31 record against the rest of the conference last year, and it was because of what you said, Clark, being unable to fight back.
Yeah, they would just either run out of steam after the half or run out of options at some point later in the game. They've got to find a way to be able to sustain good play for longer periods.
Here's Green after the made shot from Kyle Lowry. Bass. Nice D from DeRozan. Outside Lowry. Johnson kicks to DeRozan. 13 feet away. It's good with the assist that time from Johnson.
Maybe they're still working out the kinks defensively because that was a blatant mistake.
For Boston, they've gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Green missing again. Toronto, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Kicks it to Valanciunas. From outside the arc, DeRozan's shot is good. DeRozan's got 5.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Will it go? Drain for 2 points.
The mid-range jumper becomes a pretty high percentage shot for him when he has that kind of space.
In Toronto, they've gone 4 of 4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. To the middle, puts up the baby hook. Here's Valanciunas. The shot is off. Great D that time from Green. Rondo with it. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. Bradley dishes to Rondo. Just 5 on the clock. And Bass kicks to Bradley. The fader. Shot is blocked. Pass break. Here come the Raptors. Ross is running.
Career best performance from Kyle Lowry last season, posting best in scoring and assists. A lot of people felt like he was the player most egregiously overlooked when it came to the All-Star game.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Well, I like what he did at the line a season ago, shooting 81%.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and an opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
He doesn't get the second one.
Well, I'm sure he'd like to have that one back, but making it a 2-possession game was the key, and he got that done.
And Sullinger kicks to Bradley. Nice ball movement by Boston. The drive by Green. Green missing again. And Lowry, arguably the Raptors' best player last season. Despite that, Steve, he was the subject of repeated trade rumors.
Well, it was such a curious situation for Toronto. On one hand, they were trying to rebuild at the beginning of the season, maybe get a top draft pick, and then all of a sudden they started playing well. In the end, no trade. Lowry becomes their best player, and then, he leads them to a top 3 seed in the playoffs. So it's kind of a strange season.
Sullinger is screen on Lowry. Rondo against Lowry. Rondo passes to Green. Outside Brantley. The 10-footer. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Outside Lowry. On the wing, DeRozan. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. 9 points for DeMar DeRozan.
They've worked hard and created great chances for themselves in this opening quarter.
Well, if they can match that effort at the defensive end, look out.
Now here's Sullinger. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Green kicks to Bradley. Sees the alley-oop, and there's the rejection. And he's able to get it back. Here's Lowry. Johnson sets the screen for Lowry. Passes it to DeRozan. Johnson the screen. It's DeRozan with the drive. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Celtics trail by 8. And here's Rondo. Outside Green. Fader on the way. And he gets it to go. Green's got 7 points in the game.
Rondo, a master at setting up teammates.
For Toronto, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. There's the pick. The feed now to Johnson. No good. Now the Celtics take it the other way. Let's send it out to DB, who caught up with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
And he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Thanks again, Doris. So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
And Toronto has possession. He kicks to DeRozan. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. DeRozan's got 11 points.
He's looking pretty confident out there. I mean, 5 of 7 so far from the field. He's feeling it.
Sullinger, a screen on Lowry. Rondo dishes to Green. Here's Sullinger. DeRozan with the rebound. Raptors leading by 4. Ross in the corner. Green against Lowry. Pass to Ross. Outside DeRozan. Pulls it up. That's good from Lowry on the assist from DeRozan. He's got 5. Boston's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Outside Rondo. Dishes it to Green. Back to Rondo. Pass to Bradley. 6 on the shot clock. Jeff Green on the wing. Fires the 3. Bradley can't get it to go.
The Raptors, one of the top defensive teams in the league last season. Not something we've historically associated with this franchise, but give credit to Dwayne Casey and his staff. I mean, they've got this young team competing at that end of the floor. And that's where it starts if you're going to be good defensively. You've got to want to play at that end of the floor.
Now Lowry. He has 5. And the pass to Johnson. Back to Lowry. Shoots from the line. And the shot is good. Lowry's got 7 points in the game. Celtics trail by 6. Right side, Rondo. There's the dish to Bradley. Green against DeRozan, and Green gets it to go. He's got 9.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists.
And the Raptors call time here.
Well, kind of an interesting paradox for Jeff Green. He's much better offensively playing at the power forward spot as a spread 4, but defensively he's much better guarding 3.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Tyler Hansbrough's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Patterson comes in for Amir Johnson. Lou Williams is checked in for Ross. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry. Now here's Vasquez. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. And Jeff Green, not a big rebounder, struggles guarding in the low block. What do you think, Clark, is his best position?
You know, it's hard for me to say, Kevin. I think he's probably just a 3/4. I think at the 4 he has a little bit more of a quickness advantage. So I would probably look to playing him at that position.
And the basket by Thornton.
A good open look, and he splashes home the 3.
Toronto leading by 3. Here's Vasquez. Here's a screen by Hansbrough. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Greivis Vasquez throughout his career has been more of a passer than a scorer, but last season the highest scoring rate of his career, and he's improved his three-point shot every season up to almost 38% last year.
And Vasquez growing as a shooter. He'd always been more than solid at the free throw line.
Yeah, and even there, a career-high 88% last season, partner. You throw in his floater in the lane, a nice in-between game. You've got to like the way he's developing offensively. Greivis Vasquez, a 6'6" point guard out of Venezuela by way of the University of Maryland, is really a good passer and playmaker. Plays with a swagger and moxie that you love to see. You know, a couple seasons back, this guy averaged 9 assists a game.
And Vasquez drops them both. And Vasquez with great size, Steve, for the point guard position.
And not an elite athlete, so he sometimes lacks the quickness to guard opposing point guards, but his height, his strength, and his grit and anticipation makes him really a viable option against a lot of different matchups in the league.
And that one's good. Turner's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
Yeah, and unless they make some rotations and closeouts defensively, there's more to come, Clark. He has really put his foot on the pedal this quarter, doing a tremendous job leading their offense.
Now here's Smart, guarded closely. Thornton passes to Smart. Feeds it to Turner. And the foul called on Vasquez. And stolen by Patterson.
Well, that was a superb read defensively. He jumped right into the passing lane the instant the ball left the passer's hand.
Williams kicks to DeRozan. Trying to find Hansbrough. Gets it to him. The shot is off.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Well, they've got to meet the energy that they're facing right now. It's so important to battle on the boards.
The shot by Turner, no good. Raptors leading by 4. Vasquez dishes to DeRozan. He feeds it to Patterson. From outside, off the mark. Boston's gone 4-7 from three-point range so far in the first. Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. He dishes it to Thornton. No one near Turner as he lets it go. Boston, no good that time either. Toronto's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Vasquez passes to Hansbrough. Williams kicks to Hansbrough. Kicks it out to Vasquez. Hansbrough inside. Finds the open look, and it's on target. And the Raptors lead by 6.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Boston shooting to start this game off about 41% from the floor. Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Smart's got his first basket.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
24 seconds left in the first quarter. Thornton against Williams. Hansbrough a screen on Thornton, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Yeah, good call there. You could tell he was moving into the defender when he tried to set the screen.
Yeah, lowered that shoulder, dipped right into him, too. I mean, he was going to be called on that foul either way.
16 seconds left here in the first quarter. Olynyk sets a screen for Smart. Kicks to Olynyk. Smart dishes to Turner. And he uses the glass on the layup. Now just a 2-point Raptor lead.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Raptors lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. And so far it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be looking around for the shot blockers because of what's happened in this quarter.
Raptors with the lead. On the floor for Boston. Smart is out there with Young. Then it's Turner. Then it's Olynyk. And it's Wallace in at the 4.
He's such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Boston's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Smart with the ball. Wants to get it to Turner and does. And again, it's Boston converting.
It was almost like he was surprised to be that wide open, yet he knocked it down.
And for the Raptors, they're shooting fantastically in this game, 62% from the floor.
You know, a lot of people thought and assumed that when the Celtics traded Pierce and KG, they just took salary in return. But, you know, the guys they got proved to be valuable mentors for the youngsters on that team.
Hansbrough's gone 1 of 3 from the field here. And Young, here we go. The score now all even.
Assisting Evan Turner.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. And when you trade away stars, guys, and start a rebuilding process, it can't be understated enough that you need to have a few vets to help the process.
Yeah, I think you look at how some players played last year and, you know, their games grew. Definitely helped to have a vet or 2 around just to kind of help the development process.
A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Young's got the lead up to 2 now for the Celtics. The Raptors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, DeMar DeRozan, with great size at the shooting guard position, recently he's looked to exploit that advantage in the post. He said, quote, "I look at guys like Kobe, and as they started to get older, they got better in the low block. I looked at it as, quote, if I get better at it now, that's going to be a benefit for me later." Guys, he's already seeing the dividends paid.
Getting close-range buckets and getting to the line, Doris, that's helping his efficiency. Thanks. Raptors trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
And here's Vasquez. Left side, DeRozan to end the run. Shot clock at 6. And the layup's good off the glass. DeRozan's got 17.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Smart passes to Turner. Young outside. Now here's Smart, guarded by Vasquez. Baseline J on the way. The shot is off. And Toronto will come the other way. Pass to DeRozan. Patterson, the screen, and DeRozan. Here we go. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. DeRozan's got it all tied up now for Toronto. Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. Smart kicks to Young. 6 feet out. Here's Olynyk. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Williams dishes to Vasquez. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Vasquez has got 6 points.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
Now here's Turner. 7 points in the game. Smart kicks to Turner. Floats one up, and he gets it to go. Turner's got 4 points this quarter.
Every once in a while, he'll kind of step out of his role and give you something like that.
Outside DeRozan. Vasquez kicks to DeRozan. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there. That one on Turner.
DeMar DeRozan is starting to piece it together. I mean, we see him upping his scoring average. He's shooting it better. He's passing the ball with more confidence. He's becoming more efficient. You know, after a big extension from the Raptors, I think they've got to be pleased with his progress.
And guys, when you look at DeRozan, where can he take the next step?
Well, he has the physical tools to be an elite perimeter defender. He's made strides, definitely, but you know, he has the potential, I think, to be even better than what he is right now.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Hansbrough. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. Terrence Ross is checked in for Lou Williams. And it's Lowry in for Vasquez.
For the first time in a long time, it seems that the Raptors have a clear vision of where they are headed and are on the right track, and it helps when you know where you're going. You can definitely feel a sense of hopefulness and optimism around this team and among the fans.
And Bradley gets it to go.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Toronto trailing. Outside Lowry. 11 feet away. That drops. Lowry's got 9. Well, if you were to say the Raptors weren't good before last year, that's not the case at all. They just seem to be stuck where they were.
Yeah, and often in the NBA, it's a lot worse to be stuck in a place than it is to be bad. You don't have a chance to bounce forward if you're stuck. When you're bad, you do get a chance to improve through the draft. And last year, the Raptors improved, and they've got a bright future.
Rondo's shot is off. In Toronto, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. DeRozan's shot is good.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
Boston's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Sullinger with a screen for Rondo. Down low, looking for Bass. He gets it there. Bank shot, no good.
He's got a nice touch on that shot normally, but good defense there clogging the lane.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Well, as far as jump shots go, that's as high percentage as it gets.
I'm not sure how that didn't go down.
Rondo kicks to Green. Back to Rondo. DeRozan against Bradley. Now the feed to Sullinger. Clock is at 3 from 17 feet out. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. For 3. It's rebounded by Rondo. The Celtics have gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. Green against Ross. Outside, Green. Back to Rondo. It's blocked. An even 3-on-3 break. Here's Valanciunas. Rebound, Boston. Bradley's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Right side, Bradley. He kicks it to Rondo. Back to Bradley to stop the drought. It's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. Toronto shooting in the second quarter 46%. Toronto calls timeout.
Well, hockey rules supreme here in Canada, but you got to respect these diehard Raptor fans. Even through the losing years, they've shown their support.
Ross with a wide open look, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. And the Raptors lead by 2. And the hockey season runs pretty much concurrent to the NBA's, Clark. I think hoop fans in Canada in the past sometimes looked at as eccentrics.
Well, that could be, but the sport is growing, and not only in size, but in popularity. I mean, we've seen some terrific prospects coming out of Canada. The Raptors can craft a contender. You better believe those folks will be making that arena a madhouse.
Here's Lowry after Jared Sullinger's bucket. Here's Johnson. And yes, sir, that one drops.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
Terrence Ross, I think, has a chance to be an elite 3-and-D player at the NBA level. Has 3-point shooting and defense for the uninitiated. Tremendous athleticism and a beautiful stroke make him an entertaining player to watch.
Here's Sullinger. To the left wing. Bass dishes to Sullinger. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. And Terrence Ross can make some highlights, Steve, around the rim.
Yeah, so athletic. You'd like to see him get to the line a bit more. I think he has a tendency to settle, but you know, as he is, a pretty efficient scorer. Jared Sullinger last season unleashed as a scorer with Boston embarking on their rebuilding project. He got more opportunities in the paint. He started to fire away from deep. His shooting percentages weren't great, but I thought it was an excellent season for Sullinger, exploring his game and trying to expand it.
And he's good on the second.
And Sullinger was given the green light from long range. He's got a nice shooting stroke for a big guy, and the Celtics are hoping he can become a bit like Kevin Love. But he managed only mid-20s from behind the arc. So the experiment called into question by some.
Here's Johnson, and off the glass. That one's good. Johnson's got 6.
That's some tenacity inside, battling for the second chance points.
To the paint. DeRozan brings the double team. The shot by Sullinger, wide open. Drilled from 11 feet out. And Sullinger got off to a hot start, but Steve hand and wrist injuries may have hampered his shooting just a bit.
Yeah, with his high skill level, I would expect him to improve his shooting with time, even if he's less of a focal point for their offense.
Here's Lowry. After Jared Sullinger's bucket, clock at 4. Ross with a wide open look. Rebound Boston. Bass has got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Sullinger kicks to Rondo. Nice ball movement by Boston. Pass to Bradley. Back to Rondo. Dishes it to Green. From downtown, basket is good. The assist from Rondo. 12 points for Jeff Green.
Great job from behind the arc this quarter. I mean, shooting just under 60% for the game. I mean, that's smoking.
Rondo against Lowry. It's DeRozan with the drive. Misses from short range.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Pass to Green. Back to Rondo. The pass to Green. It is now to Rondo. Feeds to Bass. The Celtics need to get a shot off. There's the bucket. Good. And the Celtics lead by 2. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Kicks it to DeRozan. Into Johnson. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors able to retain possession here.
Boy, that pass was in the air a long time.
Long enough for him to get a finger on it anyway and send it out of bounds.
Some changes for Toronto. Patterson comes in for Jonas Valanciunas, and it's Vasquez in for DeMar DeRozan. The Celtics also with a sub. Thornton's checked in. We've got 1:13 left here in the second. And good on the basket. Book it. 12 points for Kyle Lowry. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
No kidding. I mean, neither team has been able to hold the lead for any length of time, guys.
Steve, so close.
Well, such a seesaw affair back and forth. I mean, this has been an unbelievable game to watch.
Incredible timing on the alley-oop.
He absolutely hammered it down.
And that's the play we're going to remember when this game is all said and done.
Now here is Lowry. He's got 12. Here's Ross, and again it's Toronto converting.
And you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Here's Rondo. The drive by Green.
You know, even from here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
Yep, pretty obvious. And a good call by the officials.
Celtics have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
Well, pretty good numbers for this club a year ago, Kevin. 78% as a team from the free throw line.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for them. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Free throw drops for Green. Boston making some changes. Kelly Olynyk comes in for Sullinger. And it's Wallace in for Brandon Bass. And Jeff Green drops them both.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Now here is Lowry. He's got 12. He feeds it to Patterson. Shot clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Patterson's got his first points in this one. Now here's Rondo. Just 3 on the clock. Shot's good.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
And the first half ends in a close one. It's the Celtics They're up by 1. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Coach, thanks for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. We'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.